Right at that moment, you decide to just walk away. Well, it's a paradox that's playing out right now with some of India's biggest stars, and it tells us something really deep about how the very idea of success is changing.
Why would anyone who's made it to the summit, who seemingly has everything they ever dreamed of, just choose to quit? In the span of a single week, 2 announcements dropped that were so shocking, they sent these massive ripples through India's entertainment world and left millions of fans just completely baffled. Let's start with this number, 171 million. That's how many people follow the singer Arijit Singh on Spotify. Now, that doesn't just make him India's biggest artist, it makes him the most followed artist on the entire planet. We're talking bigger than Taylor Swift, bigger than Ed Sheeran, bigger than The Weeknd. By the numbers, he is a global phenomenon.
Warning, no slow fade out, just a sudden clean break from playback singing, the very thing that made him a megastar. And his reason? He said he was simply bored and needed to find the fun in music again.
At pretty much the same time, another artist was hitting a very similar peak. Over at the legendary Madison Square Garden in New York, the comedian Zakir Khan wasn't just performing. He sold out all 6,000 seats. He became the first Indian comedian to ever headline the venue.
And just 1 week before Arijit's bombshell, Zakir stood on that stage and told his fans he was taking a multi-year break. It was something way more physical, just pure exhaustion. So, you've got 2 of the biggest names in the business, both stepping away at their peak in the same week. It really entered the national conversation back in 2015 when the actress Deepika Padukone bravely opened up about her depression, right at the height of her career. Then you had cricketer Virat Kohli's mental health break in 2022, and Alia Bhatt talking about her ADHD and anxiety in 2025. They're the culmination of a huge cultural shift. They're being cranked up to 11 by a much bigger, much deeper issue that's playing out across all of India. A full-blown burnout epidemic. Just take a look at these numbers from McKinsey. India's employee burnout rate is 59%. The global average, 20%. The rate of burnout in India is nearly 3 times the rest of the world. A Deloitte survey found that 80%, that is 4 out of every 5 workers in India, reported struggling with a mental health issue in the past year. Well, McKinsey estimates that poor employee well-being costs the Indian economy up to $350 billion every single year.
Well, you get a fundamental reevaluation of what it even means to be successful.
So now a new definition is rising up, one that prioritizes things like work-life balance, mental well-being, and just growing as a person by learning new skills. Instead, what's happening is the birth of a smarter, healthier, and way more sustainable version of ambition, one that actually recognizes that people have limits, and the true success has to include well-being.